going to jump right into your interview. Surviving marriage.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been married?
95.
What?
It feels like 95.
No, the song goes 1989 was the number.
I ain't no sucker.
Another summer. Something like
You
that.
know who?
Something like that. It's been 30 years.
30.
Wow.
30 years.
That is beautiful. Courtney's a married man.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to know. How do you keep
Okay.
How do you keep these relationships going for 30 years?
And it ain't see, when we say 30 years, I'm gonna tell you, when I used to think 30 years, I think my grandparents who had separate bedrooms, you know.
Yes.
I go visit my grandfather upstairs and my grandma was downstairs.
My grandparents had separate houses.
So we wanted to be an example of a nice, thriving 30-year marriage, still in the same room, still get along, still can work together, all of that good stuff.
Same bed. Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want that other 30 years.
We had an 8-year-old that visited us and walked by our room, and she looked across and saw the other room. She's like, so one room is his room and one room is your room? I was like, no, this is both our rooms.
That's the gaming room over there, partner.
She was like, you guys still sleep in the same room, in the same bed? That's coming from an 8-year-old, so you know, I don't understand where that comes from, but
first of all, what that 8-year-old doing in my bedroom?
I'll tell you where it comes from.
They just be walking through my house like that now.
My kids, my sons, they think that our bed is their bed. And I'll get them out and they come right back in. Yeah, they birth control.
No, we stopped
that. Well,
at
no,
a
it depends
young
on how old though.
Yeah, we stopped that at a young age. No.
Now, how young? How young?
They were 2. They were 2.
See?
Oh, they were little.
I ain't going to tell you the age mine is.
Mine is 5, and she's still in the bed.
Oh, no. We made sure they slept in their crib as much as possible. Some of them, you know, we had 3 boys, so some of them had problems sleeping at night. So they would either sleep on my chest or by me or something like that. But we pushed them out as much as possible. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, by the time they were 3, they were all in their own bed.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I done failed.
No. No, different stroke for different folks.
That's right.
I love it. So
better y'all than us, though. Better y'all.
One of the best-selling books out, Surviving Marriage, and now you also have a game, Surviving Marriage. Tell me about this. It's a communication game, right?
Girl, people didn't know how to communicate.
It's a card game. Well, when we put out the book, first of all, we didn't know how many people needed or wanted or was going to gravitate towards the book, because when you're not a Stephen King or a Maya Angelou or something like that.
Oh, the Rufus Triplett.
Yeah, you were, and they know you now, but they didn't know us then, and you're just wondering who's going to buy your book, because everybody's publishing books these days, and so you don't wonder who's going to buy your book. And when people started buying it and started seeing on the Amazon bestsellers list, we was like, okay, I think we got something here. I think we got a little something here. So then that book went to a workbook. So we have a workbook that goes along with it as well. And now we're finding that even with the book and the workbook, that we're in this 21st century age and people don't know how to communicate.
Yeah, they're giving like one-liners and
we
stuff
have a
like
failure to communicate. Hey, we're in the tech age.
Yeah, well, what do they call that when you give
just a blank.
One-liner or.
Oh, just yeah. Well, it's not really
on TV. Will be.
Oh,
what do they call it?
I know what you're saying.
What she say?
Like a log line?
No.
Just he's saying, and when you respond, it's just like one line, like okay.
And they can loop back to it.
Fine.
No, not like that. I'm talking about. Girl, I can't look. Go ahead, because I can't remember what the name. Because when we on TV, they say we give good
talking points.
Yeah, talking points, but they call them something else. But anywho.
So we're finding that this age of people has a failure to communicate. So we created the game. We have 99 questions for one great conversation. So it's 99 cards. And what we're finding with the game is that people are just absolutely loving it because it makes them talk.
You got to think. Like, it's not, you can't just give me any old answer. And if you give me any old answer, then we got a rebuttal.
Give me an example. Give me an example. Let's play real quick.
Okay, because we just played it. We had a marriage retreat last weekend, and we just played it with a couple. We sold out like immediately, just sold out all of our games. Okay, so one great question is, you find that there's money missing in your account, and there's bottles of alcohol coming up around the house. How do you talk to your mate about that? See, because we in the age like, I'm going straight in when this fool come home and we finna have this conversation. No, that's not how you do it, because we all know that alcoholism it's an addiction and it's a disease.
Yeah, but also you don't know anything behind it. He could be keeping those bottles for his partner. You don't
He could
be covering up for somebody else.
You don't know what the explanation is. So
but hold up. He keeping some bottles for his partner. Why I had to pay for them? I failed already.
Well, we don't know what the excuse you're gonna come up with.
Exactly. We gotta find out what that is. We gotta find out what that is.
Okay, give me one for the females. Let me see how I'm gonna respond.
But that's good what she said. But you're gonna automatically say just exactly what you said. This coming from the money coming from this house, and we finna deal with this.
Right. So what it does is it sparks conversation, and we kind of guided the couple through so they could see how to talk about it. Because before you get into an argument over things, before you say I'm calling my lawyer, before you do lawyering, we do counseling, and have conversations as to how to tackle these hard.
I keep telling people I done called my lawyer 4 times in this one.
4 times?
Hey, I want to try one. Give me one for something a woman would do. I want to try.
Okay. Say you want to eat out, but your mate wants to order Uber Eats. How do you compromise?
That's not a good one. That's not a good. Give me another one, because
you pulled the question, bro.
Right.
If you pull the question, you gotta answer.
I gotta answer. Oh,
he would just let her order Uber Eats.
Yeah, I would, because I wouldn't. Yeah, that's not a big deal to me. So yeah, go ahead and order it. I mean, yeah, no problem.
It may not be a big deal to you, but when you're playing it with your mate, it may be a different discussion.
Yeah.
It may be a different discussion. You never know.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Okay. Like, here's a good one for you. Your mother-in-law falls ill, and she doesn't want to stay with anybody but your wife. What do you do?
I move her in. So I need some harder ones. I've been married. I've been married 13 years, so I need a hard one. How long have you been married? 13. So I need a hard.
Okay, that's not an easy question for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's easy for me.
Wow.
I love my mother-in-law.
Dude, Courtney's a really good guy.
If my mother-in-law listening, she know I love her.
And if you have that type of communication, again, it's those people that have really hard communication with each other and don't know how to talk to each other. Some people don't know what to ask.
I need a tough one. I want to try myself. Give me a tough one. I want a real tough one.
So I'm probably the bad communicator between the two of us, because I have issues dealing with my feelings.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, it does help with feelings. Like, one of the questions that the couple had pulled was, what is your motivational model?
Money.
That's a thing. What is your motto? Like the husband pulled it, and his motto was never give up. That was his motivation. So in order to foster conversation, so we asked him, how did you never give up on your marriage? How did your spouse never give up on your marriage? Give us, some examples. How is it? It can't just be something that you say, I'm walking out the door and I'm starting the car. Never give up. What does that mean in context?
I got a question.
Look how she elaborated, though. And I gave the one money. What's your motivation?
I got a question, though. I got a serious question. So let's just say, like Cherie came in, right? And let's just say, hypothetically speaking, I'm Cherie's husband, right? Now, Cherie is an actress, and you playing this game with her. If she wants to make me look bad, she could do it, because she's an actress. So how do you know
No.
between somebody's BSing and somebody?
You don't. The theme of the game is to be honest.
And it's to foster conversation, and there are no winners. There are no winners. The winner is conversation.
Okay, so it's not to make one side look worse and the other side look better.
Exactly. It's to foster conversation in the relationship, because we talk to so many people. I mean, we've helped over 2,000 couples, and we find that a lot of people are not asking the right questions. They're not having tough conversations.
But I'm gonna give you a little bit more on this conversation. While the couple was sitting there, the wife wanted to say, "Well, look, you know how you do," and whoa, you try to tell him what he thinking. We don't want you to tell him. Because now we're figuring out she's more involved in trying to. She said she had to coach him to say what he's going to say. No, we want him to say whatever's on his mind.
Right.
If it sounds stupid, it sounds stupid, but it's on his mind.
And leave the floor open for people to talk. Don't just try to dominate the conversation.
I have to stick up for actors real quick though, Courtney, because you're talking about how to she not acting. We only act when we getting paid. So if I'm in couples therapy.
So the other stuff be real, huh?
Yeah.
But isn't that but Cherie, just think about it. Haven't you been in a situation they'd be like, okay, act like this. And so they can't really get you. They can't really get you on nothing. You know what I mean?
No, that's not true. In a relationship, no. Because I only act when I'm getting paid. If he's not paying me, this is real.
Okay.
We in relationship counseling for a reason. Now, I will tell you, one of my shortcomings is I don't argue.
Right.
And even when things are important to me, I just don't argue because I have anger issues. And I know that I have them. So I just choose to shut down. And I know that that's not always fair to the other person to shut down and kind of like put them on the shelf and come back to them later. How can you explain to somebody, I'm not ignoring you. I'm not trying to make it seem like this conversation is not important to me. I just can't have it now. I need to have it later.
Well, we always tell couples to take time, because sometimes it's not a good time to have a conversation. That's part of our book.
I learned the hard way.
Yeah, that's part of our book, because you have all these gurus out here telling you, oh, what's the great key to marriage and different things? Oh, communication. But they never tell you how. They never tell you how to communicate. So we go more into detail and letting people know that timing is a big part of it. You know, if a man has been working out, and it's hard, first of all, for an African American man, and if he's been experiencing road rage, you guys are in California. We've been in California several times. I've been road rage on the 405. I mean, I
don't drive out there no more.
He don't even drive no more. I have to drive. If we get a rental car, I have to drive everywhere we go. I understand the traffic and everything. And so if you hit the door and the first thing you're hearing is I mean, it's not a good time to have a conversation. It's just not. You know, you gotta give a person, 30 minutes.
Well, no, they said somebody said a couple of hours. I said no, it could be a couple of days.
Yeah,
I'm just saying it may not be a right time, and you have to wait until that person is ready to have that conversation.
Also, tone. Okay, some of us don't know how to watch our tone.
I used to didn't.
And in the days of this, because this wasn't never back in the 80s, and all of the motion.
And we act like that ain't tone. Oh, that's right. Still tone up in
inflection and everything that's going on. You have to watch how you are, your body language and everything, and that you're communicating with someone. Because otherwise, it's not going to go good. The person is not going to be receptive.
And you're going to say, all I said was, but it was how you said it, partner.
Okay, so now we going here. Okay, we're there. All right. Yeah.
That's my mama. My mama was big on what you say is how you say it.
What do y'all think about couples? And this is I know a couple like that, they're no longer a couple, I don't think. But as a lot of couples that do this, they don't really have a real relationship, but they got a great social media relationship. They talk all on social media, but they don't talk at home.
Well, we addressed this too just this past weekend.
Jody.
The relationship goals and that kind of thing. Last year, we really needed to call it the year of divorce because we knew several couples that got divorced. Numerous couples. A lot of couples had been married over 10 years. And everything on social media was fine. Everything was wonderful. And then all of a sudden, you're hearing, we're getting divorced or we're no longer together.
And you're looking up like, what happened?
Exactly. What happened? Where did it all go wrong? Y'all were just in Paris. Was that the farewell trip? We wasn't privy to that. What was that all about? So yeah, people are not going to put their worst on social media, but I think there's a lot of facades on social media, and a lot of people think the fairy tale of what they see of couples goals and different things like that. And so you have to choose your role models wisely. I think we keep it 100 with people and
I keep it 100.
We keep it 100 and letting people know, don't feed into the fairy tale that you're gonna have. That's the whole model of surviving marriage, that you're gonna have some ups and downs. And I let people know, somebody survived bankruptcy last year. Somebody survived a miscarriage. Somebody's marriage survived death of a parent. Somebody lost their dog. Somebody got fired from their job. It was a lot of the let me talk to, because our sweet demographic is like 25 to 35-year-olds. We don't know why they find us and follow us, but we got a whole bunch of them that follow us.
I do. They think I'm young.
Yeah, big time. Okay, but a lot of them will say, why survive in marriage? I don't want to just survive. I want to thrive. I want to thrive in my marriage. I'm like, okay, well, get back to me after you've had some adult children, because you haven't even gotten, first of all, you don't have a marriage yet, okay? Secondly, get back to me after you've had some adult children, and them adult children have tried you, okay? Got to move back in, calling for money, or how about you get that call? This call is originating from a correctional facility and may be subject to recording or monitoring, okay? How about that? Okay, let me know how your marriage, because you got one partner that pacifies, the child, and one that's just like, I ain't having it, I'm done. Okay, so let me know when your marriage, get into that type of survival.
You're gonna survive something. Mm-hmm. If you married, you're going to survive something within that marriage.
I got my last question for y'all is this. Now, I've been married since 2007, but I've been with my girl since like the 90s, late 90s. But I'm not an advocate for marriage. Like, I'm the opposite of y'all. I don't tell people to get married. Matter of fact, I don't even recommend it for everybody. And they'll be like, well, you're married. I said, yeah, but that's because I've been with mine forever. If I hadn't, I just don't. What do you say to people like me who, am I a hypocrite? Because I don't.
I say I took this stance because of what they did to the black family in America. And when they separated us and they drug us off, and they wanted us to have that breakdown so they can have a little bit more control. When the black family was together back in the day,
true,
man, they were tight. We were tight. So I'm an advocate for marriage just for that alone.
Gotcha.
Not only do I see the beauty of making it 30 years with someone, and when you get past all those negative years or you trying each other and doing this, and I see after we survived it, we're thriving now. When I see that, I want more people to see that and feel that. But they broke us down too long, brother. We need more marriages to sustain. I'm talking about the black family needs to come back as a whole.
But before marriage, though, I think we just need to respect and love each other before you even get to the marriage part. And I think that's what a lot of people miss. They want the wedding. They want the ring and red.
Oh, they want the pomp and circumstances for sure.
Yeah, but they don't got respect.
You're right in that sense. You're right in that sense. There's really nothing else to say. You're right in that sense. A lot of people want the pump. They don't want the
hard
grit,
work, the work
the grind
that comes
and grit
behind
to come with it.
Right.
And I used to.
I don't think that's necessarily a reason for people not to get married. I think that's necessarily for people to know the truth about marriage.
What is the truth about marriage?
It's work.
The truth is, yeah, you got to put in the
work.
work. Just like you work 20 years on a job,
Mm-hmm.
I started looking at my marriage that same way. Like, I got to put in the work if I want to get to 20 years. And I started putting in the work. But you got to put in the work. That's the thing about marriage that a lot of people don't understand, because we bringing two different people together.
Mm-hmm.
And God knew, this going to be an issue, but they're going to have to work this out. And either we're going to work it out or we're not. But I just hope most of us.
It's really that simple, right? Either we're going to work this out or we're not.
Yeah, and a lot of people choose not to, and they go their separate ways.
And that's why we have divorce.
But then you see so much bitter talk about marriage when it wasn't necessarily marriage that's a bad thing.
It was those individuals
people that was in the marriage.
It was not the marriage. It was them two people in that marriage. It was not the marriage. God didn't create anything bad. We make what He created bad.
Absolutely. Y'all done schooled me. So it's okay that I tell him, hey, bro, I need a minute. I just need to.
That is perfect.
Hey, you better for your sanity.
Exactly.
Because if you do it like you said, you know you. If you do it right then, we about to pop off.
But your sanity and his, so it's for both of y'all.
Yeah, and the sooner I understood that I think I better go play the game right now. The better we were when we finally did communicate, the better we were.
I hope y'all got some harder questions in that game when I get it, man, because I passed.
Look at you.
Hey, some of this stuff, a lot of people, when they say, I would have never thought of that. Yeah. But again, in a marriage, this game is about, in a marriage, you don't know what situation you might be encountered. You have no idea. So again, a lot of people didn't think they were marrying a crackhead, but they ended up with a crackhead. So they had to deal with some stuff that they never think they were going to have to deal with.
Courtney and I just got off with a young man who is my friend who I did not know did drugs. And I heard from hearsay, and I asked him on air. I was like, were you high when you were around me? Courtney, am I lying? I had no idea. He was like, yeah, I did PCP.
Oh, wow.
Around me? He said, I mean, not in front of you.
Wow. Hey, and you find out those things in your marriage again.
Right.
I wasn't married, thank God.
Yeah, and then just saying that comes out in people's marriages, and like, okay, it's like, what do you do? You know?
Okay, here I got a tough question for you. Since y'all questions ain't tough for me. He got a porn addiction. You just found out he loved porn. What you gonna do?
I think that's one of our questions.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay. I thought I see.
Now, if we have a couple who wants to reach out to you guys for relationship counseling, how do they get in touch with you?
They can find us across social media at Rufus and Jenny. They can also go to our website, rufusandjennytriplett.com. We're Googleicious, Rufus and Jenny.
I love it. And do you guys, will you guys counsel single people before they enter?
Stop it.
I want this to talk?
No, that was fake. Rufus,
I was talking.
He's the actor.
But
I was gonna say, if we got some single people out here who feel like, there's a pivotal turning point in their life and they are ready to get into serious relationships, I think that we
actually get, when we do events,
we have single workshops.
Besides for marriage treats, if we just do like marriage talks and different things like that, more people, single people show up than married people. More single people have actually purchased the book, and
they be thinking we finna give them the keys to a successful marriage. Hard work. I don't know why they're trying to get out of it.
A lot of single people reach out to us via social media asking different things. I have a question. I've been in a relationship. My boyfriend is, it's just tons of single people asking us different things. And as a matter of fact, we're getting ready to do a podcast on it on our DMs because our DMs stated it.
So how do they find your podcast if they want to listen to it?
Okay, we're on all podcast platforms. We're in the top 100 relationship podcasts on Apple charts. On Apple, we're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and it's Surviving Marriage Podcast.
Amazing. So Courtney and I, we're gonna ask you to come back again, but we're gonna be playing these games.
Okay. Okay. As a matter of fact, we need to play on air with Courtney. But see, you need your wife though.
She ain't gonna play. She ain't gonna play.
Don't play.
Nah, she don't play. She ain't gonna play.
See, that's what makes it. That's how we find out the real about.
I know that about my wife, so I wouldn't even bring her to nothing like that.
No. But some people bought the game to play with their spouse.
But we have single people that's buying it, that's trying it out like speed dating.
Right. They're taking questions and asking the person that they're wanting to get with, and they're taking these questions and using them because they don't know. They're saying, I don't know what to ask too.
Like not only speed dating events, but also like for like dinner dates and stuff. Like afterwards, let's say, let's play this game, and asking questions so they can kind of get where they're.
They literally told us that they're doing this. I was like, wow, man, really? It's all good.
Wow.
We want to play with you guys today, but at the marriage retreat, we sold out all of our games, and
she gonna sell what's the.
One couple wanted it so bad they're doing a Super Bowl event this weekend, a couple thing or whatever. So they wanted our sample, like
the box was all tore up.
The box travels with us wherever we go. It's been all in Paris,
all in her purse, thrown around.
It's been in my purse everywhere we went and everything. So the box the cards are fine, but the box was just a little bit torn. I said, I don't feel right. So
I'm worried about the box.
We don't care. We want the game.
I love it. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you.
No, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
I'm going to be bugging you, and I'm going to be listening to that podcast because I got some stuff I need to work on.
Don't laugh too hard.
We love it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.